Hello, we're back again with our webcast video, EXPAT.by, and today's topic is real estate. So this topic includes what we can find here in Minsk for places of living, in terms of those can be apartment buildings or mansions or separate houses, or here they're called cottage. So this this is very important because there are many difficult things in this area, because finding a proper place to live is not limited only to so-called elite apartments, how they're being advertised, because sometimes those elite apartments are either overpriced, or they can be really nice apartment, but in general apartment building in bad neighborhood, or just the very apartment building can be with bad neighbors. So here you have to be very careful in terms of legal in legal terms and in some other areas. So Serge is as lawyer, he can tell you more about this.
Okay, thanks a lot. Uh, uh, in the first view, it's really simple to come to Belarus just and to rent some apartment or some mansion, something like that. But at the same time, first of all, just I want to tell you this: you got to be very careful with special agreement. Uh,
Legal
just
agreement.
legal
Yeah.
agreement, certainly, because
With the landlord.
yeah, because I talked with people, with foreign people, who is living in Belarus, in Minsk, correct, and just I tried to ask them, just did you read this? They said no, just I don't need it, just that I pay money, that's it. But, so that's why you got a lot of problems. You asked me about something, why this thing, why that one, but this is a lot of problems. And in agreement, you can find everything, just what you need to know. This is about garbage, this is about noisy situations, this is about the situations, for example, if you will if you will break, for example, a door, you will break something, in your bathroom,
Do some damage
something like that.
to the
So
apartment. Yes.
sometimes it's very big money, it's huge money for you, but you don't know about this. That's why you got to be very careful, and it's very important to have people, for example, like like we are here.
Sure.
So and for people just your friends or something like that. Second problem, I suppose, this is to find a place for living in Belarus. Minsk, it's a huge city, and I don't remember exactly, more than 16 or 17 miles, just in the line. So that's why, it's very important. If you want just to live in the central city, this big different prices between the central city and suburbs. And if you are talking about safely situations, this is really correct. Very, very, very strong situation here. So that's why you got to be very close to us, I suppose, because we can help you. We can find a good apartment with a good price for you and safely situations, and we'll check up all agreements for you. And what I have to say.
Of course, we can translate and interpret your whole conversation with the real estate agents if you don't speak Russian. I personally am professional translator and interpreter. And what is important to, once again, we mentioned it in our previous webcast, that we are impartial here. We deal with no real estate agency. Our mission here is to assist you firsthand. And so, of course, you can trust us. I mean, in words, but you can see us. Sometimes when you contact people through internet, you don't know who they are, but here you can see us, and this is the idea behind this video cast which we make, to introduce ourselves, that you would know who you're going to meet and who you're going to deal with. So in talking about real estate, it's very important to mention again, there are different areas in Minsk. Some of them can be nice, like, you know, you see a good neighborhood, good apartment building.
Ecology situations are very important, very important.
Yes.
What does it mean, west of Minsk or east of Minsk? It's really huge different situations.
Depends not only on how nice this neighborhood, but how convenient it is for parking, because sometimes in some areas it is very terrible situation with parking, or you can find like parking place or garage or etc. And again, there is such thing as environment. In some areas there is just, let's say, dangerous to live because air is polluted, etc. In terms of safety, Minsk is quite, I would say, very safe city. But again,
correct.
But again, some neighborhoods can be, let's say, unpleasant. They're not dangerous. Relatively speaking, some places can be safer, but most of the time, Minsk is very, very safe city, and in this case, it is easier to find apartment or. In case with separate building, it's different story. There are certain spots in Minsk itself, not only outside the city, where you can find separate building, but again depends from price. Because in Minsk it will be much more expensive, and in any case you have to go and look for it. I hope it in future video casts we will show you some such places in such neighborhoods and explain you more about that. Maybe we'll go inside somewhere. So in terms of what other areas of interest can be in or concern about real estate, renting apartments or separate houses?
A few people, I mean foreign people, know about, for example, mansions, like we say cottages. No one knows, I suppose. In Minsk you can find and you can really rent good cottage. This is going to be on the lake, you know, forest, lake, nice ecology situation and very nice neighborhoods. Beautiful, but it's really very expensive. For example, sometimes people who came to Belarus and I remember just from Czech Republic just tried to ask, just I want such cottage. I say okay, just I could find for him just with red bricks like he wanted, and very good place for tennis and lake and forest, but it was about $3,000 per month, with all included. I mean, just with facilities.
No, sure.
But at the same time, you can find the same cottage in the center city in Minsk, but it's going to be just 2,000. Mm-hmm. It depends on just who is going to find it. For example, sometimes I'm lucky, just I can do this, but I want to ask people who is going to call us or write us for this request, just do this at least 1 month before you will come to Belarus.
Sure. Sure.
Just that's it. And I suppose we'll write a special tab for our consumers with all prices what we have, for example, for April, for March this year.
On our website, yes.
We'll just make renovation.
You mentioned prices. Could you just roughly tell? You mentioned about separate houses, mansions, but what about apartment buildings? What is the price list?
Normally, for example, in the center city in Minsk today, it's about 50 euros per 1 day. If you're going to stay here just for 3 days, for 1 week, but if you are going to stay here, for example, for a month, more longer, this is going to be maybe 40 euros per 1 day. But if you're going to stay here, for example, for 3 months, you will pay maybe just only 1,000 euros for all this time.
Let me.
It depends on just like we will talk with owners of this.
By the way, you
work
mentioned
partners.
euros, but mostly people here count money in dollars. So you have to be, you have to
Okay,
always
well, I will
remember
try to
about
help
this.
people just to make just 1.37. That's it.
Yes, and it's just fun. You'll find most prices here in dollars when you deal with private offerings. But some people, some landlords, they already advance and they offer prices in euros, but just matter of conversion, so
Yeah.
not big deal here. Also, would like to mention such thing as registration and.
Oh, it's very important. I forgot about this.
When you
Thanks a lot. Just, no one knows, for example, just if you come to Belarus, to Minsk, you gotta make a registration in the police station. Some people just forget about this, and it's gonna be a problem when you're gonna come back to your country again, just in the airport or in the railway station, because special control will just give a ticket, and it's a huge ticket. And I know about this. I don't remember exactly, but it's about $150.
Fine. Yes, it's you'll
Yeah.
be fined if you don't
Yeah,
register.
yeah.
Right? Yes.
Concerning apartments, if you come, just everyone who will help you just to find apartment here in Minsk and Belarus will make registration for you. It's not your problem.
Sure. Yes. Landlord or a real estate agent, they usually deal with that.
Yeah.
So just it's important. Also, maybe it is important to mention that people coming here for a few days or for a longer period, but not for permanent stay, they choose to rent an apartment, not go to the hotel. We're going to talk about hotels later, what kind of hotels we have here and what is pricing. But here is worth to mention in this apartment topic that or real estate topic that you can safely rent an apartment for 1, 2, 3 days, week, 2 weeks.
Wherever,
Yes,
it depends on you. That's it.
It depends from you and from pricing, but no problem with that. So, but you have to again, we can help you with that to find proper apartment, but you have to warn us ahead. Write us like 2 weeks minimum before you come
Yeah,
here.
it's very easier for us.
Because you see, finding an apartment, although there is a great offer of apartments here, but again, as I mentioned already, there are many things you have to take into account, and it is not as easy to find an apartment suitable for you personally. So if you tell us ahead what you're going to look for and what you need, what your personal needs, business needs, so we can find you apartment. The same is true is about business space in some office, and probably we'll discuss this matter in separate videocast, but again, we here can help you with that because there are a lot of business centers and they offer different offices with parkings,
different services, prices, everything.
Yes. Not knowing that, it's very tricky, so you have to look for the best option. You have to have a certain list, you have to go to visit and to see them, and probably we can even make a photo or video of certain place and show it to you. So it's up to you. Just contact us and we will be glad to help you with all those matters. I hope we'll meet again, and we will meet again with our videocast. We will talk about different aspects of life in Belarus, and so please be tuned to our YouTube channel, and goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.